In this exercise I'm going to demonstrate how to take a magnetic compass bearing to identify the correct route on a walk through the countryside. Compass bearing it's used for a number of reasons. For example, navigating across featureless terrain when it's not possible to identify many features on the map and then compare them to real life, which is what you do effectively when you're map reading. But obviously if it's dark or foggy, a compass can identify direction without the need to compare features. It's also probably most effective really on a regular basis to confirm the path that you are on is actually going in the right direction. For example, going off a mountain safely rather than towards cliffs or whatever it might be. In this exercise I'm going to show you, or I'm going to sort of use this example. So imagine you're at this crossroads on this public byway south of Lady Canning's plantations on the edge of the Peak District National Park, and it's dark or foggy, you can't see very far, and effectively you've got two paths or four paths even going in different directions. The one that you want on your route, on your intended route, is this one. But of course these are potential directions. So how do you identify that in reality is the one that you want? Well, this is where the compass comes in. First of all, you need to put the edge of your compass on the path you want, like so. And noting that the direction of travel arrow is pointing in the direction you actually want to go, because of course you could do this, but then you're going back the wrong direction. So, E for edge. You then rotate the dial of the compass so that the red and black orientating lines line up parallel with the blue lines, the blue grid lines of the map. And you can see in that central arrow there is a blue line you can just see, and I've lined that up parallel with the black and red lines. So that's E for edge, and I've R for rotate, noting the N is pointing towards the top of the map, which is north, because of course I could have done it that way, but that would be incorrect because N is pointing towards the bottom of the map, which is south. So there we go. Again, just move it a bit so I'll check it. So E for edge, R for rotate. We now have a grid bearing, but we just need to make an adjustment to allow for the fact that the magnetic North Pole is in a slightly different place to the grid North Pole. So we're going to add 3 degrees, which is only 1.5 dashes. So my bearing is now 339 degrees. I've now got my bearing, and I can't do this here, but in reality what I would then do is my final stage of red to red. So I'd line up the red needle, which is pointing to the magnetic North Pole, and the orientating arrow, which is on the base of that compass, but I would follow the direction of travel arrow, and that direction of travel arrow would indeed point along this path here in reality. So just to recap, E for edge, let it zoom in, E for edge, R for rotate, V to add 3 degrees variation, red to red, and follow the direction of travel arrow, ER, VR.